How did the MCU lure you back into the director's chair?
Well, I came back to direct because I really loved the character of Doctor Strange. I got a call from Kevin Feige at Marvel saying that the original director had fallen out of this film and that they were looking for somebody and would I come in and meet. And I had taken a lot of time off trying to refresh myself and develop a new vision for things. And I felt hungry and ready to make the movie. So I went ahead and took the meeting and we were off and running from there. Yes, I always thought that the character of Doctor Strange had a lot of appeal to me. I think because he was a magician whose job it was to protect our world and our universe from magical threats. And as a kid, I was a magician, an amateur magician. I would perform for kids' parties and weddings. So I thought it was really cool that there was a superhero that was a magician, and I was naturally attracted to him. When I met with Marvel and our writer Michael Waldron, my main goal was to be true to the previous Marvel movies that have come before, to understand where those characters were and what the next step in their growth would be. And that's really what I used to guide the working on the screenplay for this particular picture. I wanted it to please the fans, and I thought that was the best way to do that. The multiverse is a universe just like our own, but an infinite number of them that exist just in a atomically thin line. They exist simultaneously to our own, invisible, but they're there nevertheless. Well, in describing the multiverse filmically, there was a tremendous amount of art direction and design that had to go into it. What would differentiate our universe from the next, and the next, and the next? And we decided that each universe would have to have its own look and feel. Where would it come from? What would the buildings look like? It started with determining what the society was like. Was it an orderly society? If so, perhaps the buildings would be flatter, less expansive, less dramatic, more orderly. Same with the colors. Maybe that color palette would be toned down in accordance with this orderly world. So we made a lot of decisions in the art department, production design, wardrobe, and photography, the choice of lenses and colors that we would use, what light would be filtered how. And we defined through all these different tools of filmmaking the different looks of the different universes. Most of it was practical builds with props and wardrobe, but the extensions had to be done digitally. Universe building is a much larger job than just world building. We had to make sure the audience understood everything about that place was similar to our own, but slightly different. So it was always about variations on a theme versus just outright construction of a new place. Yes, the actors came to Multiverse of Madness already having created their characters. Benedict Cumberbatch had created Doctor Strange in both his original Doctor Strange movie and in 6 subsequent Marvel movies. Same with Wanda. She had been in a number of Avengers movies, and also we are following her series, WandaVision. So the actors really knew their characters inside and out, and that was a different job for me as director, because now I didn't have to create them from scratch. I had to do a different job, which was presenting these characters with their altered selves. Because when you go into the multiverse, what you're actually doing is looking into a mirror, seeing either just a backwards version of yourself or a funhouse mirror version of yourself. The fact that these actors knew their characters so well enabled me to do that. They knew that by tweaking just the slightest aspect of their personality would be enough to create an interesting dynamic with their alter self. My experience working with the Marvel filmmakers and crew is fantastic. This is a company that really cares about its characters and the experience of the fan. That's number one. Other companies answer to shareholders. Marvel answers to the fan. That means they put story and integrity of characterization first, and it's a place that any director would want to work. I hope that when the audience goes to see Multiverse of Madness, they really feel as though they've left our universe behind and have taken a wild ride through these other parallel multiverses. I want them to see things they've never seen before, hear things they've never heard, and have a really unique big screen movie experience. If I had to describe the movie in one word, I would say possibilities.